Hey everyone, before you hit play on this one, I wanted to give you a little context for what you're about to listen to because this is not our typical podcast. This is actually a series of mini episodes that we've done with Sarah Sturm. So, what you're actually going to hear is private one on one coaching check ins between me and my client, Sarah Sturm. Sarah is a professional athlete, and after finding out she was pregnant, she came to me with an idea. She wanted to record our sessions and share them because she felt like her experience navigating pregnancy as a competitive athlete was something other women could benefit from hearing in real time. So that's exactly what we did. Over the course of 5 check ins, we recorded our conversations going through her first trimester, the real ones, not scripted, not polished, with Sarah's full blessing and involvement. We've edited them down into shorter clips to share with you guys. And you're going to hear us talk through nutrition, performance, how her body's changing, the mental side of things, and what it actually looks like to work through pregnancy while staying competitive, or just healthy too is another big thing. And some content has been cut out for time or privacy, but what you're hearing is as real as it gets. And Sarah wanted to share this, and I'm so grateful she did. I think it's going to be really valuable, whether you're an athlete, pregnant yourself, or just curious about what this kind of support actually looks like behind the scenes. So let's get into it. Enjoy. I think last time we were checking into, you were getting some blood work was coming in. Did you get the
Yes.
rest of it?
Yeah, I did. Actually, the last thing they tested for was vitamin D, and I am deficient in.
And wait, are you already aren't you supplementing though, or no?
I wasn't before.
Okay.
Now I'm just taking 5,000. I think like I have been in the past. I woke up feeling like I have a head cold, and I'm like, no, not before
Oh
Hawaii.
shoot. Yeah. Well, you get
Ah.
plenty of vitamin D while you're there.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
I kind of want to see if I can take those. They're like supplement for lung health.
there's
Are they
NAC.
NACs?
N-acetyl.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the N-acetylcysteine may have been what I was talking about, but N-acetylcysteine typically is great if you're trying to minimize the duration or the severity or decrease the likelihood of getting infected from flu, a type of like flu or
Oh,
COVID. Yeah, and it will help speed up the duration of it. If you have a cold, I would confirm with your doctor on this, but the cold recommendation literature is 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C and then 50 to 100 milligrams of zinc daily. But I'm not sure how that changes when pregnant, if any of those at those levels would be problematic for any reason. If you can get like a 50 to 100 milligram dose, usually you'll see them in like 30 milligram capsules. So you'd probably take 2 of those.
okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I'll ask her. Cool. The last time I looked and had my login correct, um,
Yeah, I totally
it
know
was,
that.
um, yeah, it was that everything looked good except for vitamin D.
Okay. And your ferritin was good, I imagine? Because that was the other thing we were waiting on. Okay. Yeah. I mean, vitamin D is an interesting one. Certainly, when we look at it from like a performance and an athletic lens, the range is pretty big. And I believe the low end cutoff, I want to say, is 20 or maybe 30 nanograms per deciliter. And oftentimes you could be at 25 and your doctor's, you're great within range. But then when we look at the literature for athletic performance, immune system health, all that, we really want you from 60 to 100, ideally.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I'd be curious what you're at.
Test results. Okay. Normal 17 is what it says.
For your vitamin D?
Yes.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, that is really low.
Yeah. Okay.
And do you have your ferritin on there?
I do. My ferritin was 102.
Great. Awesome. Yeah, all of those look good, obviously, aside from the vitamin D. And the vitamin D is like truly low.
Yeah.
So that's good. You're
Okay.
supplementing and certainly keep monitoring that. It is really hard to get vitamin D from food. Usually you can get it from, it's honestly like fortified stuff, meaning they've put a synthetic form of vitamin D in orange juice or in cereals and stuff like that. And so it is quite
Got
hard.
it.
Sometimes you can get it from really fatty fish. Hawaii, you'll probably get good amounts of vitamin D from the seafood there if you're eating
Yeah.
seafood. Vitamin D, kind of on that note too, is like we're not making really any from our skin getting sunlight exposure in our winter months. And so it is normal for testing vitamin D throughout the year that we'll see a downward trend during our winter months. That's normal. But 17 is very low. So yes, we definitely want to get
Weird.
that up, and that'll play into like bone health. if
Okay.
you are taking a vitamin D, I recommend like a vitamin D3 form, and then we can look at your journals. But a big thing with vitamin D to help increase bioavailability as well is doing a D3/K2 combo.
Okay.
But let's look at your journals
I
and
was doing
see.
momentous D3.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Do they have any K2 in there? Do you know? I feel like they would advertise it. It doesn't look like
Yeah.
it.
It just says vitamin D3. Yeah.
Well, let's look at your journals because we might see.
I think we can adjust it. Like, I don't think I'm going to hit 15-hour weeks in the
Yep.
future.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel like 10, like, what am I hitting?
Okay. Let's
Yeah.
see.
And then if I'm going over, that 10-hour mark, I will obviously increase calories.
Okay. So yeah, we could game plan off of like a 10, 11 hour
Yeah, I think so.
volume week, and then I'll make those adjustments in there. So that'll bring, so protein will remain. Ideally, we want to still like consume the same amount of protein to support muscle tissue
Okay.
and keep that around. So keep doing your best to hit that. But what primarily will come down is a combination of the carbohydrates and fats
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
So
That's probably good.
yeah. And then looking
Because
at, yeah,
yeah,
go
I
ahead.
think I'm eating when I'm hungry. I'm not having any crazy cravings the last couple weeks, but I don't know. I've weaned off of the cereal. Cereal doesn't sound as good anymore.
Burned out on the cereal.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
weird. Tofu is the only protein and
Hmm.
maybe some ground beef, but man, chicken is like super out. It's
Yeah.
so weird. I'm getting a lot of protein from yogurt, cottage cheese, and then just like a scoop of the whey
Hmm.
isolate.
Okay. Yeah, try and do your best with what you can.
I've been really enjoying bean and cheese burritos.
Nice. Yes.
And
Lean
then I
into
can
that
sneak some
fiber
chicken in
and
there sometimes if
yeah,
I'm feeling it. So,
that's a good idea. Yeah. What about have you ever tried doing breakfast burrito style and putting eggs in there? Or
yes,
scrambled
and
eggs or egg
that
whites?
was what we did yesterday.
Nice.
That's really been the ticket, I think,
Yeah.
because it just
Awesome.
always sort of sounds good.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would keep doing that.
What was I gonna ask? Oh, yeah, like the bonking during we did a little, like, e-tour yesterday, out
Oh,
for,
okay.
like, 2 hours, and
Yeah.
it's just insane how quickly you bonk on
Mm,
during activity and, like, have to eat constantly or
okay.
so. And then it just takes me a long time to recover. My
Yeah.
recovery is
Okay.
just seemingly forever. So
What
I'm
are you
hoping.
feeling when you feel under recovered? Is it just fatigued? Like, do you want to
Yeah.
come home and lay on the couch after the
Yeah.
training session? Okay.
Yeah, and it's after I ride or ski, I'm pretty much smoked the rest of the day.
Hmm.
I can't do anything, and then sometimes the day after, I'm really hoping that it feels like I have the beginning of a cough.
Mm.
So I'm hoping that it wasn't because I overdid it yesterday, but
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. It's hard for me to discern, and maybe it's all of it. It's hard to discern, like, am I feeling this fatigue because I overdid it, or is the baby having a growth spurt? Because I know
Right.
there are like certain growth spurts, and the days that I've been down, Tuesday and Monday, I could barely hike. I mean, I
Mm.
still somehow did, but like, it's just a different level of fatigue that I'm used
Yes.
to. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm still trying to like figure out like what is the equation and seems to get fatigued anyway. So I kind of want to just go for it and, you know, go
Yeah.
for it
Yeah.
and make him feel okay
Yeah.
because I'm going to feel shitty the next day anyway.
I mean, if you're pushing really hard and you have like sometimes like in the cold, right? If you push really hard and you're breathing really hard, sometimes that can irritate the throat. Or too, depending on air quality, right? If there's a lot of like
It's just
air quality.
it got snowing cold here.
Oh
So
yeah. Yeah. It could be a little bit of it, but yeah, definitely if you're starting to feel, stuffy nose, runny nose, any of that stuff going on. The other thing there that you can do is I think we used it with you with travel last year. Is the Bacillus subtilis is
oh,
that's
probiotic.
the probiotic strain, and Thorn has it in The Thorn Sport, which is NSF certified for sport, has a couple different strains of probiotics. One of them is Bacillus subtilis, and Bacillus subtilis is one of the strains that's been shown to help minimize the likelihood of upper respiratory tract infections in
Cool. Okay,
athletes
I'll
with,
slam some of that.
travel. So, yeah, one capsule a day. And if you still have some from last,
I think I do.
yeah, I would, start using that.
Yeah, cool.
The other thing we did for you for travel for GI, probably is my guess that you might also have, because we would do these typically together, is the Thorn Sacro B, which is more so helps with like gastrointestinal irritations, infections, traveler's diarrhea, things like
I don't
that.
think what is it called?
Thorn Sacro B, SACROB. And it's a Saccharomyces boulardii, and it helps activate the immune defense system at the level of the intestinal lining.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So talking about going to, Hawaii's, the food there is going to be amazing, and it's not international. But if you're worried about anything like, I don't know, messing with the stomach or something, you could use that. And usually we say, in a typical like travel situation, we say start it 2 weeks before, carry it through travel and post travel. But if you have it, I would start it.
And you think maybe not with the NAC, depending, I'm going to ask the doctor anyway, but like you were saying that's more for like flu. How do you know if it's a flu?
Usually so the NAC, what's cool about it is the way the study was done with NAC is they had ER doctors and doctors within a hospital setting consume NAC twice a day for 6 months while they were intentionally infected with the flu, and they didn't get it. And so there's that. NAC,
More
anesthetosis,
preventative versus
it's preventative,
gotcha.
but it's also, you can use it during, because NAC is the precursor to glutathione, which is one of the like major antioxidants in the body. And what it can do when you have a cold is NAC actually acts, they call it as a mucolytic, meaning it helps produce mucus to help trap the virus if it's in your system and expel it. So if you do take NAC, you might notice like more blowing your nose and stuff like that. And it's because your body's trying to expel this virus. So you can use it in both circumstances.
Okay.
But yeah, I would always double check with your doctor.
I'll call.
The other thing, not supplement related, that you can do if you have something, if you feel like your body's fighting something off, your sauna or hot tub or hot shower, hot bath shortly before bed helps activate your immune defense system.
Okay,
so it like gets upregulated and starts fighting this thing off while you're resting.
Okay.
So,
and I got some clarification behind the sauna. You basically can't get my temperature over like 99 or 100 for an extended period of time.
That makes sense. Yeah. You could lean on the warm shower if you wanted.
Yeah. And I think that's usually like my go-to anyway. So that's a great suggestion. I know the sauna thing's such a bummer because like, we have one and I would love to use it. It's like snowing right now. So that would be so fun to use.
Jen, have we been on top of hydration?
Yes. The juice thing definitely helps. And I'm just trying. Actually, Tailwind is making me a special tart cherry or tart grape, like rapid hydration. Yeah, because it's so weird. The sugary additives to anything is just not making it more appealing. Like I don't know what's less appealing, the just plain water. But yeah, so I'm gonna try that and see if that helps, which is cool. So
great.
She's also their like food scientist lady.
Nice.
Had a few kids, so she was like, I totally get it. So she's gonna drop some of that.
Perfect. Good. And then headaches, the migraine, like headache,
those
magnesium.
Those have pretty much gone. I haven't had one this week, so those are
great.
Yeah, I took magnesium one of the nights.
All right. Well, I will let you go, but obviously we'll be doing our Q&A on the 18th. So we'll touch base when you get back, and then have a blast, relax, and then ping you with any questions or updates in the meantime.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thanks. All right. Bye, Sarah.
Yeah.